course, sticking around to SMART24 TV, and this is Smart Means Business. Hashtag is SMB. And of course, we continue to give you more business updates as they are happening in real time. And as a matter of fact, to remind you that you can as well invest in different opportunities that are available across the market space in the country. And speaking of that, we look at Zabo. Zabo is a platform by Altex East Africa. Altex East Africa says do something new. And with the Zabo platform, your money is your future. So see your money grow by investing it in Zabo. Dial *292# and follow the prompts. If you do not have an account, you can register with your NIN, and in the next 24 hours, you'll be ready to invest. With a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings, Zabo is definitely a platform for you to invest in bonds and securities. You can select a preferred maturity period for a bond, and then you're ready to see your money grow into something bigger in the next few years. And of course, these markets are open at 8:15 a.m. and closed at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. These markets are closed during weekends and during public holidays. Zabo, my money, my future. Altex East Africa, do something new. And okay, as we're heading into the festive season, our SMB on ground discussions, Barija Andrew brings to you how prepared are the business people and the trader community in Uganda ahead of the festive season. What are the key things that they should look at basically to provide services and safer goods and commodities to the customers and the clientele base during the festive season? This and more in the SMB on ground.
Thank you very much, Jerome Paul Sonko. And of course, this is SMB on ground. And today the discussion is going to be on that 60% closure of majority of the businesses, as a report that was released by the Uganda Revenue Authority. 60% of businesses are closing, so you get to find that majority, it could be probably, there could be the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and some are trying to overcome those effects, but still it's like it's becoming a little bit much more. There is lack of resilience, let me say that, amongst these businesses, of course, to overcome the COVID-19 effects. And of course, with me is a trade leader, that's Muzamil, is the spokesperson of CAFO. Of course, it's not a new person, is somebody with really some great economic matters, him being a trade leader. We want to have an insight of what it feels like to do a business in town in such a time, and do we anticipate that more businesses, okay, if the figure was 60%, should we at least expect it to reduce, or we might see a further increase in businesses closing in Uganda? And of course, as a trader out there or somebody aspiring to do business, you need this information so that you can make the right decision in such a time. Mr. Mzamil, you're welcome on the show.
Well, it's good to be on Smart TV, and as we're looking at the business, issues, as in CBD, Central Business District in Kampala, we're seeing a tremendous decline. And it's good that URA also has realized this, because this is the tax body. So if it has made some kind of research and statistically it's dropping, then probably it's good. I would really say it's good that they're also realizing, because at the end of the day, they are the tax authority that really come and ascertain how much kind of budget is being financed. Right now, I as a trade leader from CAFO, we're also realizing a decline. Statistically, it's as they are saying, 60% have declined. We are realizing more. Right now, we are in a festive season. We expect people to make money, and it has always been that most times people make recovery within the season, whereby you find that the whole year, as like from January to December, the only serious business period is the festive season. So like if you really made some kind of losses within, then you expect round up the whole kind of good economic performance in this kind of festive season. But we realize that it's not as a business as usual. People are leaving their business premises. Arcades are getting empty every other day, and we are realizing the rejection of paying taxes. I think URA has realized. Of recent, we talked to some of the tax authorities, the tax authority, and really told us that as they are coming to the business premises, to the business community, the business community is openly rejecting them, telling them, like, if you are to close us, then close us, because we are coming in here and we cannot even meet the basic needs. Such statements whereby like the tax authority is coming to you and then you telling it, like, it's better you close my business. Probably maybe you would have saved me a lot. I'm here as in the festive season, as you may imagine, but I'm not working. What does it forecast? The truth is that to ask her for, we had advised that probably the budget, the budget, the 2022-2023 budget had something that was lacking. That budget was pre-COVID, so like it didn't suit the real economic dimensions. You understand? Because like we expected tax cut. You understand that? Which would give some relief to the business, community. Because like if we were in COVID and the people took like 2 years without an economic activity going on, then probably they were supposed to restart. So they were just restarting. So like if they were to come back, then the government itself would have probably given some kind of incentive to the business community, to this businessman, so that he can be nurtured, into some kind of stability economically. But they didn't do that. Taxes where others were elevated, shot up, and I remember the president's they that technocrats, experts, told him that he shouldn't tamper with the taxes because they are likely not to the government to run its business affairs. And we realized some kind of increased expenditure on the side of the government, besides like being at a slump economically. We were shrinking, but the government expenditure went up. I'll give an example whereby like we look at in the judiciary, the salaries were increased. We look at in the army, salaries were increased. So those were expenditures. But anyway, if you are spending and you are not earning, then you are likely to probably go into some kind of closure, sudden closure. Because like if you spend more than what you are earning, then it's the opposite of the real business in life. Because business should always have income flows that are sustaining the expenditure. So, but however, these were promises that were by the government to certain sectors into the in the government, whereby they had promised judiciary they will increase salaries, they had promised the army, they had promised the teachers, they had promised the medical personnel. So like government stood by that, but again, little did they know they were going to constrain themselves. Another thing, we are realizing the business personnel relocating from their old positions. One thing I want to assure you, if you the most paying tax area is CBD. Once the business community try to shift from where the tax body could really identify them from, then you are likely to have a hard time to find them where they are located. For example, whereby like if Carrefour, for example, I'm giving an example, if it was maybe a business empire and then it disappears, then it will disappear in areas that URA would take it hard time to find where it disappeared from. You understand? And remember, obviously, the tax body is limited. It may not have enough resources to reach every taxpayer. You understand? So there was some kind of relocating, and now the taxi body is trying to probably look for where they disappeared from. You understand? Whereby like arcades, for example, I'll give you an arcade whereby like an arcade had maybe 400 traders within their shops, and then now they are around 150, and now the 250 are somewhere you don't know. and you were collecting probably maybe averagely 2.5 million each as income tax. Now you don't know where they went, and if you find them, they'll really tell you, we staggered economically. Well, what we did, we went to probably, small, kind of areas that would afford, as in business wise. So that was also the problem. I put it to the government. They treated the business, the taxpayer, as a competitor, which was really very bad. Yes, we are their clients. We as CAPA, we look at our business community as client to URA, and obviously URA will tell you that these are clients. But again, a client should be given some kind of proper treatment. If you're in business and you're realizing that a client is running away and you've been getting a profit of like 100,000 from him and is running off, probably you are forced to reduce on your profit and say, okay, let me earn something like maybe 50,000 on this item so that the client doesn't run away. But now it is milking a cow that you are not, feeding to the other tune. So that's also another problem. It's also a problem. So logically, they didn't consider the COVID, aftermath, because like tax cut was the way to go, so that we live basically, so that the business live basically. And then they would wait for certain moments when they've a little boomed. I understand that, but now they lost the numbers of taxpayers. That's why that UR itself is saying 60%. 60% is big. And don't get surprised why government is probably looking for certain private individuals to finance the December. I think you've heard the 500 million, something like that, USA dollar. Is this something like that? Yes, which is around 2 point something trillion. You got shillings. They are looking for a private, to borrow. You understand? If I had that money, probably I would borrow it to the government, because the government it pays and it has got the biggest security. I understand that, but I don't have that money, and they are very ready. They are so desperate to probably go for any interest that you do. I understand that. I was looking at the level of the desperation. It really shocked me. That means URA is right to say 60% of the people, the businesses are declining. You understand? We had not realized this, whereby government is running to private individuals, say, Mutuyambe, help us. The next month we are on a hot plate. We need to survive. Understand that? So and indeed they need to survive, because if you don't pay the public servants, you are likely to see more commotion. You are likely to see teachers riot. You are likely to see the medic riot. You are likely to see the army riot. You understand that? And the indicators are proving that really people are doing badly economically. Look at poverty crime. Poverty crime is so high, whereby and it is in open space. And it is in broad daylight. Those are indicators whereby you are driving in a jam and you are seeing a gentleman, trying to break into somebody's car just before you by force. Understand that? Somebody is snatching a phone. Somebody you really respect. I understand that. And now those are indicators of poverty. I looking at that. So therefore, we would advise. Uganda has opened up very many markets in the neighboring countries, right from Somalia, Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, and other neighboring countries. And now we are seeing Djibouti is on traders here. We're having Djibouti, there is a summit. I'm on this summit too. We are going to Djibouti for some kind of business, research and all that. There is that free trade zone. The other time when we went to Djibouti, we realized that Djibouti has a lot to get from Uganda. And by the way, this has been a private kind of engagement. The government is not part of this, by the way. So we as traders, we discovered our own, way out. And now the government should come on board very quickly to realize that, the Carrefour, and other business, associates, they are pushing this agenda. So the big market we have, what are we selling? What are we selling to these markets? Ugandans should identify what items we are really selling to Congo. Why are basic needs very expensive? I'm talking about food. Now we are competing with the neighbors. Understand that? If you cannot afford to buy matoke of 50,000, then a Sudanese or a Congolese is very ready to buy it at 80. So that means that people now should rethink of going into agriculture and agro-processing. Let them add value on the agricultural products. So really, the times are not good. People are not making money, and I want to assure you, if the traders don't make of CBD, don't make money within this season, come January, the city is likely to go down with the population, as you are seeing even jam has declined. I remain yours, Kwebi Hamzamira Board, Public Relations, Carrefour. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Kwebi Hamzamira, for that. And of course, as traders out there, markets outside could be one of the only way out to overcome, and of course, the current crisis, because the domestic market is not really benefiting that much. Smart means business on ground. Andrew Barije, back to studio with Jerome Paul Sonko.
Anyway, how prepared are you for the festive season is the question that you need to ask yourself. It's a top-tier question that you need to have at the back of your mind, because it's just 2 weeks to the festive season, 2 weeks to Christmas Day celebrations, and pretty much 3 weeks now to say goodbye to 2022 and usher in 2023. A lot is highly expected from the business community in the next year, that is 2023. We do expect a lot. For example, from Uganda's perspective, you realize that NIRA is actually phasing out the national IDs. Now they're going to actually upgrade more to more of the situations to do with technology, the digital transformation in the world, and this particular one will see Ugandans have more terms, will actually be fitting in terms with the ever-evolving world. But not only that, we want to see economic recovery taking center stage and shaping up steadily. So 2023 is a year that we have to look at throughout and see other projections that are coming up. But the festive season is ahead of us, and the business community is preparing itself for that. When you move into the CBD, that is the Kampala Central Business District, you realize that the traders, especially the small and medium enterprises, are already shaping into the season. The goods and commodities that are being sold are ideally those who are targeting the Christmas Day celebrations. And for the service sector, and then look at the entertainment world, most people are already setting up events to make sure that the city revelers enjoy and celebrate these festive seasons to the fullest. And yes, how prepared are you as an individual? How safe is your wallet? December is a day for a lot of happenings, but if you do not have the money, it may not be good for you. So set yourself ready, as December already kicked off last week, so we are into it as well. Many thanks for being part of Smart Means Business. Today it's Monday, the 5th of December 2022, and of course a new week, the first full week of the month of December, and we're moving on steadily. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko, and this is Smart Means Business. Do remember to follow us on our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Then also on LinkedIn. Our website is www.smart24.tv, and please do remember to subscribe onto our YouTube channel, Smart24 TV Live, for more of the reports, business stories, and exclusive interviews in that regard. Have yourself a blessed day. Till tomorrow. Good morning.